G'day guys, welcome back to Roadside, presented by Zwift. We're here for day one of the RoadNats and our daily show, Tommy, presented by FE Sports. Now, we're in a little different location, a special outdoor studio, Tommy, with the city of lights behind us for everyone watching on YouTube.
Yeah, we are, mate. We're actually at my home. So, mate, we've got this beautiful view over here. We've the sun's out, the weather's beautiful. I did not want to be in the studio for a minute longer, mate. We're going to be here for a couple of days, and then I think we're going to be down at Kings Park as well later on down in the week. So hopefully we get a few punters who just see us recording and roll in. That's always fun.
I hope so. We've got the daily show. Each day we'll be dropping episodes recapping the previous day's action. So today we're talking about the time trial. We had the U23 men. We had the under-19 men and women as well. We also had the club teams time trials, but we're not going to go there. We're just talking about the professionals. An absolute cracking day, and was full of drama, Tommy. But before we get into that, must say, if you're listening on the podcast format, make sure you subscribe and push the bell on your Spotify or Apple. That means you get the app straight away. They download in the feed, which is critical if you're a daily app listener. And also subscribe to us on Instagram at thepressroompodcast on there, and YouTube as well. If you're watching, all our episodes now, Tommy, are on 4K on the YouTube format, so you can watch along.
Yeah, while you're pedaling along on your Zwift setup at home.
Or doing the chores.
Oh, mate, you couldn't pay me to be doing those, hey? Or not chores, listening to us.
I know.
No, I like that. No, get along and like, share, subscribe.
That's it. Now, before we get stuck in, we've got a little bit of special news. I was just cast
Normally
along.
I'm the newsbreaker. What's going on here?
You're the journo here, mate. But I had a little bit of special news cast upon me, which I will share, but I can't give it all away.
Did you seek it? Did you seek?
No, I did not.
There's the news hounds who, they smell blood and they see the sort of the icebergs colliding, and they... this fell in your lap.
It fell in my lap. Now I can't reveal all of it, but
you can't tease it.
All you need to know. There's an ant on me. That's how we're outdoors here. There is a new NRS team that will be launched very soon. If not the day this is released, but by the weekend, a new NRS team, and we thought Cachet Body
Not continental?
in the men's. I say not continental. Should be continental.
They'll be continental.
Pro Velo Super League team, but they will be a big unit, 6-figure budget. So there's a bit of money going around. Cachet Body Wrap will not be the only big hitters in the men's scene. There is a new team coming, and it should be announced very soon. Coming out of South Australia, Tommy.
Out of South Australia. Well, if I want to piece... do you want me to piece the puzzle together,
No, you
mate?
can't.
Okay.
Everyone else can piece the puzzle, but you did mention the other day a few things, which was bang
Oh, did I break
on
it?
the money. No, you didn't break it, but you were close off air.
Okay.
It's time to get stuck into results. We've got U19 men's and women's up next after this.
Well, like we said, we're not going to be diving into the masses, the clubs, but congratulations to everybody who got around the course. It was a hard course, and it makes for a day of racing. But like you said, mate, it's the under-19s, first cab off the rank. What a doozy this was to kick things off. Amelia Sanders, she got the chocolates. Georgia Gardner and Liani Vanderberg round out the podium. Jet, any surprises here?
No surprises. I think that was, maybe one surprise we'll get to her, but Emily Sanders, she was the favourite. She was the fastest finisher last year in the U19s as a first year, so generally you can extrapolate and suggest that they're going to do well the following year. She did, racing for ARA, a really good time. She ended up winning by just over 10 seconds to Georgia Gardner. But surprises, Georgia Gardner was a surprise in a way, because last year she was 11th in that first year under-19s.
So she's second year under-19s this year, and she's stepped up considerably.
She stepped up second place. So you've gone from 11th all the way to second. So Georgia, she stepped up a lot. And I don't know too much about Georgia, but I'm just going to guess that she was late to cycling with a big jump like that.
Yeah, that can often be the case, can't it? Once they have a year or two sort of grounding, finding their feet. And particularly because, it is weird if you are someone who steps into it with so much raw talent. And to be honest, Ben O'Connor was kind of similar. It took him a while to sort of find his feet, but when he did, it really went obviously grabbed it with both hands and ran with it. So you see that with these juniors, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Good
They
call.
can really pick up once they start to specialise. Now, the remaining top 7, we had, of course, like you said, Liana Vandenberg rounding out the podium for that bronze. We had Tully Schweizer in 4th, Hannah Giannatti, the climber, in 5th.
The climber.
Ava Schmidtke, and Megan Moore. Megan's very talented as well. Hannah Giannatti, actually, quite a good performance in 5th place. She's more of a climber type, so a smaller build, Tom.
Wow.
It's a power course. We talked about this TT course here in Perth. It's a good result for a smaller stature rider.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's stunned me. That's a great ride because when we speak of the course and a climber type, this was a course very much for the purists, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the conditions today, for those who aren't here in this great state of ours, it was windy. It was windy, which shouldn't. It's not a surprise for anybody who lives here because it's one of the bloody windiest places in the world.
Especially in the afternoon.
Oh, with the sea breeze. It's beautiful at the moment as the sun's slowly starting to dip.
Yeah.
But the sea breeze, it was hard. And it
Yeah.
made for the points in the course, which, you know, you can maybe gain a little bit of free speed as you're coming down the coast or you're over the crest onto Oceanic.
Yep.
Where you're actually fighting it on the gear. So that's a great ride by Giannetti.
Yeah, so just another bit of context. If you haven't looked at the map of the time trial course, it actually does take you out onto the coast, or one road back from the coast. Sort of the road further ahead of that is basically the footpath where you walk along it, and there's the beach. So the wind is right there. The top 7 separated by less than 59 seconds, Tom. So that shows to me we're going to have a very good under-19s road race, because usually if there was a grouping like that, you know, the abilities are very similar, and that makes for great road racing.
Yeah, it certainly does. And the criterium as well, you know, just seeing this 1 or 2 powerhouse units just stepping out and going all guns blazing. Anyway.
Yep, moving on to our men's U19, and this one was packed full of drama. We'll go through the top 7 just to go through it right now. We had Connor Wright, first year from Bunbury, our man in the WA, finished in 7th. Ollie Jurovic, the beast, in 6th. Toby Jones, then Alexander Carell in 4th. Fletcher Medway, Tommy from Medway Trucking Services got a bronze. Lucas Stevenson, and then Max Gould by just 5 seconds, but that doesn't tell all the story, Tom.
Well, what was the drama? What's the drama? How could there be more drama on top of
the men's?
That's what you've just built out there.
We should have done the men's U19 first, because they did go first. They were off the line first, and the last corner into the final 30 metres into the chute, where all the bunting is, where all the CCB crowd control barriers is, the last corner, right-hander coming in, Max Gould crashed.
He binned it.
He binned it on the final 20 metres. It's a very sharp corner. When they first set it up, no one mustn't have ridden it.
So they're coming into this corner,
full speed,
steaming with the tailie.
Full speed with the tailie.
And then it's a sharp right-hander into HBF Stadium.
That's right. And then there's we were told by one of our correspondents,
yes,
there was a bit of water on the corner as well. So Max Gould had binned it, and he had to get up off his bike, and I was watching the video that SBS posted, a little clip. He was a little bit panic stations at first.
Yeah, as you would
know,
be.
he's all out. There's a couple of minutes left. He was up. He was up winning. He got back on the bike, and a little bit of panic stations. He got back on there, but he was in a huge gear, probably his biggest gear. So he did the final 20 metres in about 2 pedal strokes, because he was in that bigger gear.
How much time do you reckon he lost?
I reckon he lost around 7 seconds.
And
and he still managed to win by 5. So Max Gould, obviously...
you lose more in a crash like that, so he must have been going beforehand.
Oh, he was probably up by 15, 20 seconds. So he still managed to hold on by 5 seconds. And to be honest, Gould was the favourite. And pretty much since the U17 second year, he's been untouchable in that sort of age category of all the riders that have followed in that same age group. So it's not surprising he did get the win. And he's being supported by Victorian Institute of Sport. And he's looking very good for the road race on Saturday.
Yeah, it does draw a clear line in the sand, doesn't it? When you see someone excel so much in the time trial, he's here on great form.
Yeah.
I'm keen to see what he can do on Saturday, not Sunday, rather. Connor Wright, I'm impressed by that. Not just because he's a WA boy, but because he got his time trial bike on Monday. How good is that? Gets
and
his
he's
TT
a mountain
bike.
biker too. He's not a time trial.
He's not.
It's probably the first time he's been on a time trial bike.
Most likely, yeah. I'd love to pin it to him and get that question in if it was, in fact, his first time on a TT rig on Monday. But he picked up his bike on Monday. So he wheeled it out of the shop, and he's racing on Wednesday. So
there you go. And
we
he
like
finished
that.
in 7th place, Tom. And the top 7, similar to the women's under-19s, and you can just hear the wind here as well if you're getting through our beautiful sort of microphone socks here. That's the wind from our outdoor studio. The top 7 separated by, or all under 46 seconds to the winner. So that is a very talented group.
That's
and
great to
Connor
see.
writes, watch out next year as a second year. There was another rider as well. I think Alex Forsdyke, so off the top of my head.
First year under 19.
He was first year under 19, I believe. He also crashed on that corner, and he was definitely in range of being inside the top 5. So we must look out for him as well.
And we have to say that
Sunday.
to the duo that did crash on the corner, or if there were more, we are hoping that you're okay. And you're going to bounce back up. The juniors, mate, they bounce up. They're Wheat Bix kids. They just get off the ground. They just go.
They do. Now, the other good talking point here, particularly from a personal point of view, mate, is Fletcher Medway. Getting third in his first time trial here at the Nationals. I was expecting around a 5th or 6th place finish, Tom, because I knew he did have the engine. He's a multi-sport athlete. And
what's his background?
I think just a lot of running, triathlon, just everything really. I think a bit of rowing as well. I'm not sure. I get the brothers mixed up. But a really good performance, 24 seconds off the lead. And it just shows that the gene pool, which carries the truck, the Medway trucking service genes and all the skills and the talents, that has carried across. Because, sometimes like Uraj Sagan, it does not. But in this case.
Uraj, he had a successful career. He had a long career.
Slovakian champion.
I like it. Yeah, good on him, mate. I like it. I'm a Uraj. I'm in the Uraj fan page, the group on Facebook.
We love him. We love him.
Good on him. Another rider to obviously highlight the younger Medway.
Oh, yeah. No, good to see. Good to see.
If you're putting together your betting slips for the weekend, you would, wouldn't you?
The betting slips are open too. Now, we must thank Zwift. You can see my beautiful T-shirt here and all of... You can't see my laptop, but I've got plenty of Zwift stickers there. Zwift are the premier sponsor of Roadside and the Press Room podcast. The Tour de Zwift starts January 6th to the Feb 23rd. Tom, the biggest cohort of riders right now are sort of over in Europe, in America, in the UK, etc. It's winter over there.
Yeah, so it's bleak.
This is kind of the peak period for a lot of riders on Zwift, because the big base of the audience and the community are from other nations where it's winter. So the Tour de Zwift is like a big party on Zwift. There's 6 special courses, 6 special rides that you can do and join and complete, get the badges, and it also gives you more unlocks. A little Tour de Zwift kit, the bottles, the shoes, and if you do all of the events, all 6, from January 6th to February 23rd, you get a special exclusive unlock, which...
What's that?
It'll probably be a special jersey or maybe a set of coloured wheels. The good thing about these special unlocks is that after the Tour de Zwift, everyone might have them, or a lot of people might be riding around with them, and you think, oh, these aren't as special. I thought I was the only one. The good thing is bringing those exclusive kits out a year later.
Yes.
When there's been so many more kits gone through the system, and you rock up with the OG Tour de Zwift 2025 kit. So that's what I like about Zwift. And,
it's a bit like rolling in with your sleeveless jersey, and it's the old liquid gas kit, mate. And it's you got the style, the form.
You can get a sleeveless jersey in Zwift, I'm pretty sure, and you can get the Boris bike. Which is
shout out Zwift! Send me a sleeveless jersey. Hey, I will rock that this weekend.
All right, well, stay with us. We've got the under-23 men's recap after this. All right, we had the men's under-23 time trial as our final event here on the first day of RoadNats here, the FE Sports RoadNats. It was a big one. Nice results. What was the top 7 here, Tommy?
Well, I'll go backwards.
Go backwards.
Just for the sake of a bit of dramatic appeal. Nat Haddon from St. George Continental Cycling Team. He was in 7th. 2 minutes and 28 seconds in arrear.
Yep.
Julian Baudry from Alpine Cycle Club.
Alpine,
he was 2 minutes in arrear. Matty Connon from the Cycling Development Foundation, local boy. He rolled in 5th, top 5, under 23. Significant jump forward on the timesheet. Only a minute 38 back. William Holmes from Hagen's Berman.
He's a
Jaco.
He's a weapon.
That's a line in the sand. He's only a minute 37 seconds back. Only 1 second is separated.
I believe he's a bottom ager too.
He is. He's a young man, so that is an impressive ride. And your man.
Ooh.
And look, I picked him up as well.
He was your man too.
Yeah,
He's your man
I'm
too.
nearly part of the family. John Carter from Cachet Body Wrap. He was third place on the podium, 1:29 seconds back. Fergus Browning, I think he's taken a huge leap forward in this discipline. Interesting story. He was without a team. Obviously, with Trinity, they
fell apart.
collapsed.
Yep.
Great season in Europe. Now he's second on the Australian TT. That's a clear line in the sand. He was only 41 seconds.
Yep.
That's a massive margin to our winner, which was Zachary Marriage.
Oh.
He is your under-23 national TT champion. Mate, is that a surprise?
Zach Marriage, no. I mean, everyone who listened to the preview, and there were thousands, has absolutely popped off. So thanks for everyone who listened to our big mega preview.
Yeah, good
We
shout.
did pick Marriage as the key one to look out for, and Browning and Holmes. They were our top three. You were all over JC for the
I
TT.
was,
and
he's got that 1700 under the hood. And
he's
where was it?
It was a course for him, and he has been a bronze medalist in the individual pursuit. So
And
he
he-
does like getting very aero, the JC.
And he was in the hot seat. He was there for so long. They could have had him cooking
Disrespect.
snags or something. He was in there. He was keeping it that
The
warm.
disrespect from the commissaires of putting out that start list and having JC go like fourth off the cab. So the big JC driver was sitting in the hot seat for all day. He was in the chat giving the boys a bit of the feed. He found out that Matthew Connor, another WA boy, who's also been a medalist as an under-19
Yes,
at
he
the
has.
national TTs a few years ago. He said that he was 9 seconds back from JC Driver, who was in the hot seat at the time, and Matthew Conan said he did 70 watts less than JC Driver for 9 seconds of a delta difference. So that goes to show that there's a lot in aerodynamics and absolute power in this, because that's a lot of watts for not much time.
That's huge. That just shows you it's all about being efficient, being as aero, not necessarily finding that middle ground, isn't it? And we see those riders, obviously all the big names in the World Tour level, they go do the testing. They do the aero testing.
Yep.
They do the testing on the track. They do testing on the road as well in these TT rigs. And they really find that, perfect equilibrium, or they're always looking to try and push that out. We see the extravagant sorts of Castroviejo, the Spanish time trial. So it's just, he's a bullet.
Old school Campanarts, when he was a TT specialist, he was the same. Absolute nuffy for that stuff.
Yep.
Matthew Connon is a TT specialist.
He
JC is not. He got his bike this week, and that was his first full race pace hit out on the TT rig. So that goes to show that there's a bit of power under the hood for the great JC, and Conan, a great ride as well. But Marriage, he was too good. Marriage is the specialist between him and Browning.
And Marriage rides for?
He rides for. He was in the Sassy kit.
Yes.
Zachy Marriage, riding for Bridge Lane previously, but he's in the Sassy kit today, fully decked out. So not surprised that he got the win. And we got a special bit of mail, Tommy, earlier from our preview, the mega preview for Roadside for Nationals.
Yeah, this is good. Hey, we can't rat him out.
No, we won't run him out.
Okay.
We understand that Zach Marriage is a proper TT nuffy. And he has designed his own, the bars where they 3D print the forearms sit in. He designed those himself and got them UCI tested and approved. Could you imagine the process of dealing with that?
Could you imagine being the UCI boffin and then your inbox, it just gets hit with this request? You'd be like, who's this from?
The
There's a lot of
spam
World
account.
Tour teams, the Pro Series team. No, it's Marriage. I want to know, will these bars accommodate what I need?
He's
I
probably got
love it.
a 50-thread email from St. Parade, and he just deletes that, and he takes Zach Marriage and goes, you know what? No worries. So, really cool to see, and I wonder what the fee was for that process, because the UCI, mate. They would have charged a fee for old Zachy Marriage. But he got it done, and I tell you what, that leads to our Roadside Award later.
You've got to read out the message. Someone's ratted him out.
Yes, I've
we're
got the
not
email
going to
here.
say who ratted him
No,
out.
even though I'm
But
looking
it's
at it.
the good. This is what...
This is the kind of email.
this is good.
You
This
can
is good.
guess who sent it.
No. Word it, jazz it up a little
I'll
bit.
jazz it
Just-
up. Okay,
yeah.
so here we go. Here's the email. This is lovely. And I'll just change a few words so it doesn't give it away of who sent it, because we can't. For your bling, this is for the Wearer Sports, the FE Sports Roadside Champion, the Most Elite Setup Award, which we're giving away. This is the winner. For your bling bike TT comp for the U23 Nats, check out Zach Marriage's bars. Surely they're candidates. He designed them himself and got them tested and UCI approved. See photo from last year, Nats, where he finished 4th.
Yeah, we had a look. We
with the
discovered
tongue
that.
out. So he's just provided a bit of, and the photo was there. Only rider, this is a nice bit of touch. Only rider other than Plapp with 1P to go with an average speed above 50k an hour at Tour of Bright. And I did look that up. Also won the National Madison Champs again in December, just saying. So punchy road race course could suit. Here's the giveaway. I never told you this, and he would deny if asked. What a legend. I love that. That's what we want sent in. That sort of stuff is fantastic. And I tell you what, he's the winner. Tommy,
he is. We're going to give it to him.
Elite TT setup. Zach Marriott deserves it. We'll find him at the road race or the Criterium, where we'll be commentating. You at the road race, me at the crit and road races. We'll find him there. Give him the prize, Tommy.
Yeah, no, we absolutely will. And I want to put this out there as well. If the person who ratted him out, and we might be able to, we'll throw you a tube. We'll give you maybe like a Magine tube. And we'll put that on back order.
The Pirelli tube, mate. The Pirelli. Actually, maybe a set of Pirelli gravel inserts if they're into gravel. So for that person, we'll get a prize for them.
Yeah,
I
like it.
We'll send them both. Now we also have the award for the most bogus setup. We won't reveal it now because we better wait for tomorrow in case there's something that eclipses it. But at the moment there is a front runner.
Surely.
Well,
surely we go into the more elites where they've got the mechanics, the professional setups, the bikes.
But they could lose a wheel in transit, Tommy. They might lose a disc wheel, a Jayco, and they have to put in a tri-spoke at the rear.
Okay.
Imagine that, mate. Yuck.
Mate, if it was me, I wouldn't care. I'd slap it in. It's the first day of racing for the year.
That's another thing we might touch on before we go is there's been actually already quite a few messages being sent out on Instagram, on Messenger, of riders who have come across to the Great West, the greatest state on earth. We can see the city in the background, looking for spare parts because something's broken in transit with Qantas or Virgin. Probably not Virgin, they're good. Or just broken, and they're searching for parts. So our Perthinians, because we are amazing humans.
What did you say, Perthinians?
Perthonians. If you come across those messages, do what you can to help these East Coasters out because we know what that's like. Travelling across, something breaks, you need someone to call on. That's when the community comes into its own, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. And reach out here through the pod if you're in dramas or whatever like that. Through if you're an under 19 ahead of the weekend, we'll see what we can do. We do know as my neighbour's dog is, kicking off, but it's a cute dog. Yeah, we will see what we can help out and we can see what we can do. Yeah, absolutely. But like you said, mate, you wouldn't have any problems on your bike if you had Wearer Tools.
That's right, Wearer Tools, and that's the prizes we're giving away for our first two Roadside Champions Awards, thanks to FE Sports. Now, the reason why Wearer Tools are great, everyone riding here in the Nationals, and all the punters too, you're all riding around on $15,000 bikes. Don't use cheap, nasty shit
Do not.
to do up your bolts and rounding them and cooking them. Use the premium, mate. The Wearer Sports. Wearer Tools.
Yeah, I know, mate. I'll never forget when I was working on my TT, my rear TT brake. I just took it off because I think I rounded a bolt. I just removed it. One of those things under the bottom. I just removed it. And I just had a front brake and a foot.
So they're very good. I showed you the hex keys I had at home. Oh my God, they're so good. Yeah. So if that's a product you're hearing, Wearer Tools, what should I get? First of all, start your journey with Wearer Tools with the hex key set. It's around about $80, I think, and you will
well spent.
Yeah, you'll never buy a set again.
Also, it means you'll actually, when you put down the 5 mil, you'll actually pick it up and put it away because it's good quality. And when you're in the pit lane or whatever, and someone, mate, can I just borrow that 5 mil? You go, I'll come over and do it for you, mate. I'm not lending this thing out. None of that.
That's right. You hold on to them. Yeah. Now, tomorrow, Tommy will be back again the next day to recap tomorrow's action. We've got the paracycling in the morning. We will go through those results as well because there are some superstars that love the pod in the paras. Under 23 women, and then we have the elite women and elite men to finish. So we'll be recapping all of those results. So make sure you stay with us. Subscribe to the YouTube, Apple and Spotify for the listeners, Tom. And we're going to see you every day of the Nationals. And also, we must also say, we're commentating. We'll see you there on Super Sunday, Tommy.
Yeah, Super Sunday. I've put my hand up. I'll be there.
On the mountain, the Pedal Mafia mountain will be there.
Yes. Oh, mate, it's going to be so good on the hill.
Friday night Criterium. I'll be there on stage with Katie Bates, Matt Pointer, and...
Who's doing the call?
The final call.
No, who's on the broadcast call?
Keno and Macca
but-
are
yep,
doing
yep.
the broadcast on SBS. You can watch if you're not in
Legends
Northbridge.
of the game.
They are champions. So
So we'll know what's going down.
thanks for listening, legends. We'll see you tomorrow for another fantastic episode here, the Roadside FE Sports Daily Show.